Hello everyone, Luke here again. Next video for Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Thunder Dragon deck profile that I use for the Duelist challenge. Alright, as you lots and lots of monsters. Well, to be honest, Thunder Dragon uses lots and lots of monsters anyway, but there's no like dangers in this game. I don't build the meta builds anywhere or anything like that, even if they were. And I was more just wanted to make it something more like this Chaos version. So anyway, let's start off. We have 30 monsters to get through, and we'll start it off with Battery Man Solar. 3 of them, if this card is normal or special summon, send a Thunder monster from your deck to the graveyard. And if a Thunder monster, or plural S, is normal or special summon all these monsters on the field, you special summon a Battery Man token, which is also a Thunder. And you can target a Battery Man monster or effect monster you control. Or in your graveyard, this card's name becomes that monster's until the end phase. You can only use each effect once per turn, but to be honest with this deck, you want to send a monster and you just want those tokens anyway. If I showed off a combo in the second duel with this guy, I'm not going to go through everything, otherwise this could take forever because there's just so many different combos you can use. Okay, let's start off with Collapse Serpent. Cannot be normal summoned as said. You special summon it by banishing a light monster in your graveyard. If it's sent from the field to the graveyard, add a Weaver Burster from your deck to your hand. Now, so yes, your Thunder Dragon monsters, the newer ones, get effects when they're either sent, when they're banished anyway, and also if sent from the field to the graveyard as well, they also get effects, but you can banish them. Well, it has to be a light one for this one anyway. Dragon Dark is a dark, obviously, but yeah, you bring this guy out, you make link plays with it, and then you get to plus with it getting the Weaver Burster, and then you can special summon that, banish me something like this, plus off that, etc. Levianeer boss monster. Special summon from your hand by banishing 3 light and or dark monsters from your graveyard, so you've got plenty of them. When it's special summon, it has these effects based on the attributes. If it's only light monsters, you special summon a monster from your graveyard. In defense position, if it's only dark, shuffle a random card from your opponent's hand to the deck. If both light and dark monsters, you destroy up to 2 cards your opponent controls. That's the one you'll probably see people use more. Also, this card cannot attack the turn you use one of these effects, but just banishing lots of Thunder Dragon type monsters, getting their effects, destroying 2 cards is pretty much does the trick for you anyway. Also run 1 Darkest Diabolus, Lord of the Lair. Your opponent cannot tribute this face-up card in the field, cannot take it with effects. You can only use one of these effects per turn, but now if a dark monster you control is tributed except during damage step, you can special summon this card from the graveyard if it was there when you tributed, or you can special summon it from the hand if it not. You can tribute a dark monster and your opponent places 1 card from the hand from the top of the bottom of the deck. So you tribute your Thunder Dragons to special summon like Colossus from the hand, like you got the Dragon Dark there. You can tribute, if that's on the field, you can tribute it to summon the Colossus, then you can special this guy. Denko Sekka, because there's no like cards here that destroy back row like Twin Twisters or anything like that. Levianeer does that, Thunder Dragon Titan can do that, but normal summon this guy, opponent can't use spell and traps, and you can just go ahead and make all the plays that you want. This deck can OTK pretty easily if you get just with a couple of cards, so this thing is pretty helpful. The Eclipse Weaver, if it's if it's sent to the graveyard, you banish a level 7 higher light or dark dragon type monster. Then if it's banished, you can add it back to your hand. For example, you got the Chaos Dragon Levianeer, you got the Darkest Diabolus, you got Dragon Duo as well. The good old standard Thunder Dragon, discard this, add up to 2 Thunder Dragons from your deck to your hand. You can always recycle these back into the deck with Thunder Dragon Hawk if that's required, or just use these basically to plus off them. Plus, if you've used Thunder Dragon monster effect in the hand, etc. Use Thunder Dragon Titan Many uses for that card. Okay, well, here's that Thunder Dragon Dark again. We've gone over him a few times already, so time to get to him. Now, quick effect, you can discard this card, add a Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck to your hand. There's a lot to say about all these things. Now, if this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. Now, all these Thunder Dragon cards are hard once per turn, so you can only use one effect per turn. Either one, but yeah, it depends on the situation. Let's just say we tribute this guy for the Colossus. As I said before, add any Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand. It's pretty good. Of course, he adds himself if you need to do that. You can always do it during your opponent's turn. Add another one of these. Trigger Titan to destroy a card on the field, disrupt your opponent's plays. Yeah, let's go. Dragon Duo, it's a level 8 monster. It's, yeah, like got the Chaos Emperor effect, etc. Lackluster effect, banish a light and dark monster from your graveyard. Now, if a monster effect is activated in the hand, this card gains 300 attack till the end of its turn. When this card destroys an opponent's mod battle, you can banish a card from your graveyard, add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, during your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards, place it on the top of the bottom of the deck. So I only run one of these. You don't normally even play it that often, but it can be useful, I guess. You're more like using cards like this, and also the Dragon Roar and the Matrix. But anyway, let's go to Dragon Hawk. You can discard this card, special summon a Thunder Dragon monster that is either banished or in the graveyard. So that is really good. Just Monster Reborn for the graveyard or remove from play. Let's see, accept itself, of course. Now, if this card is banished, sent from the field to the graveyard, you can shuffle any number of cards from your hand into the deck and draw the same number of cards. I was talking before about this thing here. Like if you discard them, add 2 of these. You can, if this card is banished, you can always just send the Thunder Dragons back into the deck if you want. Because there's always a chance. There's always a chance you could add this back to your hand. Anyway, now where am I? Okay, next card, Dragon Matrix, quick effect, you can discard this card, target a Thunder monster you control and it gains 500 attack. If this card is banished or sent in from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Thunder Dragon Matrix from your deck to your hand. So yeah, searches itself, and also just a quick 500, the boost, Titan, and then pop a card if you want to. Dragon Roar, only run 2 of these. You don't need too many of them, to be honest. 2's enough. Yeah, some people only run 1. You can discard this card, add to your hand one of your Thunder Dragons that is banished in the graveyard. I was talking about this one before. I mean, you can add that back, then add two more back into your deck after using this guy's effect. Now, let's go down. If this card is banished, descend from the field to the graveyard, use special summon a Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense position, but it returns to the hand during the end phase. Most plays I was using you'd special summon this from the deck. That's what I was doing most of the time anyway. But yeah, just a couple of them. Now, the Weaver Burster, it's the opposite of the Collapse Serpent. You summon this guy from the hand by banishing a dark monster from your graveyard. There's that Dragon Duo again. And yeah, when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you add the Collapse Serpent. Whew. Yeah, that's just... imagine if I was going through every single combo with this deck, would be here all day. Anyway, a couple of Allure of Darkness, like half the card is dark. Gold Sarcophagus, really good. Like even if this is the only card on your hand, you can end with the Colossus on the field. And let's see, the instant fusion, so Keminari attack, which is a Thunder monster, and also 1,000 Eyes restrict. I used that in the first duel. Monster Reborn, a couple of Thunder Dragon fusion as well. Fusion summon a Thunder fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling the fusion materials listed on it into the deck from among your cards in the field, the graveyard, or face-up banish cards. During your main phase, except the turn this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card, add a Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn, so it's pretty useful, so get the Thunder Dragon monster, whichever one you want out. Plus it also has that search ability. Not the worst card in the world. And we just got a couple of Soul Strike here as well. If you're playing meta, you're most likely playing the Impermanence. But, yeah. Okay, let's go to the extra deck. Can Minari take its assistant insufficient target? Thunder Monster, you can use it to make your Thunder Dragon Titan. Colossus as well if required, but to be honest, you more likely just going to special summon this guy by one Thunder Dragon monster that's on the field. But Titan, you can always use this one if you want. The restrict, of course, other monsters on the field cannot take. Basically, I just use it to take my opponent's monsters. You can summon Link Karibo with it, and basically if you saw the first duel I played with this deck, you'll see exactly what I did with this. I took my opponent's monster, summoned Link Karibo, went from there to win in one turn. Alright, let's go to Colossus, Thunder Dragon, +1 Thunder Monster. Okay, so that includes any of these, so that's a Thunder Dragon, etc. Now, must either be fusion summoned or special summoned during the turn a Thunder monster's effect was activated in the hand by attributing a Thunder effect non-fusion monster in which you do not use polymerization. Cards cannot be added from the main deck to the hand, to your opponent's hand, sorry, it's like a mistake. We call it the mistake on legs. Except by drawing them, if this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish one Thunder monster from your graveyard instead. So it protects itself from destruction by banishing cards, banishing a Thunder monster from your graveyard. You can banish a Thunder Dragon type monster, gain its effect, protect this guy, and your opponent, obviously, it's got the mistake effect, cannot add them except by drawing them. So just really hard to get over. And now, Thunder Dragon Titan is 3 Thunder Dragon monsters. Now, must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by banishing a Thunder monster from your hand and one Thunder fusion monster you control. So that's the Kaminari attack I was talking about before, or the Colossus, of course. And except Thunder Dragon Titan, you can't use it itself, in which case you do not use polymerization. Now, when a Thunder monster's effect is activated in the hand, even during the damage step, quick effect, you can destroy a card on the field. If this card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard instead. So it can't protect itself from battle, but it can protect itself from the card effects by banishing 2. So there's possible to +2 from it, depending on what you're able to banish at the time. Still, I mean, the destruction effect is pretty good. You can interrupt your opponent's plays. It's yeah, it's still pretty good. So I run a couple of them anyway. Borrowload Dragon. So we got some rank 4s like the Borrowed Sword as well. Nightmare Unicorn now is actually pretty useful, getting rid of a card on the field. The Link Karibo, you've got the Thousand Eyes Restrict, you've also got Dragon Matrix as well. If you normal summon Dragon Matrix, then summon Link Karibo with it, then you get Dragon Matrix effect to add another one from the deck to the hand. Sub-Summon Summoner, 2 Thunder monsters once per opponent's turn. You can discard a card, target a Thunder monster in your graveyard, except a Link monster, special summon to a zone this card points to. So it's got that pretty useful effect. Basically, if you Link summon it using a Thunder Dragon monster, you'll get their effect. You can special summon something back if they destroy that. If it's then sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to activate that effect. Yeah, I like this card. Brisbane. Now, monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, banish as many of those monsters, also as many spells and traps on the field as possible, with like 500 damage. So it can remove spell and trap cards. You can banish a Thunder Dragon, get its effect if it's special summoned. For example, like maybe a special summon this by the effect of Dragon Roar, for example, to Trisbane's slot, then that will be banished. You can gain its effect, destroy, get rid of spell trap cards, etc. So it's not a bad option to have. We also got the one Witch's Apprentice, since you got Dark Monsters. I'm pretty sure I summoned that during the first duel, yeah. Okay, so this is the longest video deck profile I've done so far. It's like gone a long time. I don't know the exact time it's gone for. Don't keep a timer on me, but yeah, we've been here quite a while now. I don't want to keep you here any longer. I try and make these as quick as possible. Just go through, and that's why I always get stuck a lot with my voice getting out of control and kind of talking too fast and not quite reading the effects properly. But anyway, until next time, thank you all for watching and see you again soon.